Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my live streams. Someone just said that I was asleep at the wheel, but how could that be true if I am actually on time? It's impossible for me to fall asleep at the wheel when I am exactly on time. It is good to see you guys. We were able to jump online this evening without any true technical glitches either on our part or the part of our guests. And so it gives me great pleasure to be here with you guys tonight. And I want to say hello to all of my comic book soldiers out there. In just a few moments, we are going to get started with the agenda. But I want to say hello to a couple of people here. I just saw my buddy Ben, Tech31 Kid is here. But I want to start at the very top, and I want to start with the very first comic soldier that came into the chat, and that is my buddy Harvey Abel. Harvey, you may not be able to hear this, but you will probably be able to read it back on the caption. So, brother, it is good to have you here. Tester Games is here. Anthony is in the house. Jay Simpson is here. Michael Gomez is here. Who else do we have? Party Time Comics is in the house. It's good to see you, brother. I'm scrolling down the list. Junito is here. I think that's how you say that. Travis Roberts is in the house. Revival is here. Who else do we have? Can't Get Enough is in the house. Scrolling. Chris is here. Cody is in the house. And again, it is definitely good to see all of you guys. I think there were like 34 or so of you that were waiting for me to go live, and there's now 71 of you guys in the room here. So I definitely want to thank you guys for taking part of your weekend to spend with me. I absolutely appreciate it. I was actually going to keep this as a relatively short show today. And it was going to be short because I just got back from WonderCon. And then today is my wife's birthday. But as I was working on the agenda and figuring out what we're going to talk about, I realized that there was a lot more than what I actually anticipated. So we're going to work our way through this as best we can. We are actually going to do 2 giveaways tonight. We're going to do 2 giveaways. And then I'm also going to tee up for you guys this week's giveaway, which is also supersized. So definitely stay tuned for that. I want to give a huge shout out before we get going to my buddy Frank. Frank is a new subscriber who actually reached out to me a couple of days ago, and he said, Reggie, I love what you're doing on the channel. I love what you're doing in your comic book room, because I think one of his first videos might have been the comic tour. He said, I have something that I want to send you. I am a Spider-Man fan. You are a Spider-Man fan. I have something I want to send you for your room. I sent him my address, and he sent me, I don't know if you can see it back there, but one of these shoulders is that fantastic black costume Spider-Man. That thing is awesome. I had not seen that one before, but you guys know I am a fan of the black costume, and I am a fan of Spider-Man. This thing showed up, and it went from the box directly to the ledge back there. And I took a couple of photos to send over to Frank. So, brother, shout out to you for hooking me up. I absolutely appreciate you joining the channel, and also appreciate that awesome AOK. So thank you for that. So let's quickly run down the agenda. We're going to get to some news. There's been some stuff that's popped up. Some people probably are aware of it because it's a few days old. Some people, it may be new to them. I'm going to give you guys a preview of my live stream that is happening this week, as well as a couple of videos that are going to drop. And then, as I mentioned, we're going to do 2 drawings. I'm going to do 2 of them, and then I'm also going to tee up for you guys the supersized giveaway that is happening for this week. And just as a reminder, if you guys haven't yet subscribed to the channel, I definitely want to encourage you to do so that you can stay abreast of all the content that we release on a weekly basis. And you may even want to hit that notification button so that you are alerted anytime we go live or drop a video. Most videos are released Monday through Friday, typically at 3:30. And then we also go live at least once or twice every week. So there you go. So let's talk about the news. Well, one, I'm back from WonderCon. I had a blast. More to come on that in just a second. But there was some news that dropped recently, and it was almost a year ago, kind of sort of the week or 2 weeks off, that we first heard about the Eternals movie that was being developed by Marvel Studios. I think it was announced at some point last year in April. So we're pretty close. We're pretty close to being roughly 1 year since that. And if you guys think about it, there hasn't been a whole lot of talk about the Eternals. There hasn't been a whole lot of noise about the Eternals, unlike many of the other movies that have come out, right? There's been always a lot of publicity, a lot of hype about who's going to be in it, what the focus is going to be. I personally haven't heard a lot about Eternals. And I think outside of like the two writers and the director, I think the director being hired, the woman, I guess she won some award recently. She was the last tidbit that I had heard about. But it's been relatively quiet, and I think the reason for that is that the general public doesn't necessarily know much about the Eternals, right? Unlike if you say Spider-Man, Hulk, even Silver Surfer, Fantastic Four, certainly X-Men, if you talk Avengers, if you talk about some of those characters, because of the popularity of those characters, people know them. They have some kind of connection to it. It was a lunchbox, a cartoon, a TV show. I know there's a comic, something like that. But if you say the Eternals, people are like, what? The who? Right? So there hasn't been a whole lot of hype about it, possibly because people have no foundation, right? They don't really appreciate Jack Kirby and what he did back in the day in the Eternals. And so, but just now, we're starting to hear a little bit more about it, right? We're starting to hear that potentially the Eternals is going to start production after the Black Widow solo movie. We're hearing that potentially this movie will drop at some point in 2020. I guess that's like the expected delivery of this movie. Revival is basically saying he has a complete run of the Eternals. Well done. I have it as well. Johnny Future saying he still needs Eternals 1, brother. I think you might need to get busy on that. Ian or Ian, I'm not sure your pronunciation, is saying I'm a lifelong Marvel fan, and he knows next to nothing about the Eternals. I'm telling you, when I got on my Jack Kirby kick about 8 months ago, I learned a lot about the Eternals, and I dig the Eternals. And we're going to talk more about it. But the Eternals, we're starting to hear a little bit more about it. We're expecting this movie to potentially drop in 2020. At least that's like the high level sense that we're given. And if you think about it, if this movie is eventually, going to start production in 2020, my guess is that they're going to start making some noise, right? They're going to start making some noise. And I think this noise recently started about 3 days ago. And it started with not necessarily the announcement, versus somehow it got out that Angelina Jolie is actually going to sign and be involved with the Eternals, right? Angelina Jolie, I guess Brad Pitt's ex-wife, the Tomb Raider, is possibly going to sign on to be part of the Eternals movie. And I'm curious what people think about that. Cody says, we need an Avengers versus X-Men. Brother, one of my favorite story arcs, hands down, Avengers versus X-Men, hands down, an awesome story arc. Who is this? Nando says, no thanks to Netflix. It would have been canned. Yeah. Perry Comic, shout out to you, brother. Thank you for that super chat. I definitely appreciate it. And it seems like Revival may have heard some of these news. He is saying Circe. I think that's the correct pronunciation of her name. There is speculation that Angelina Jolie will actually play Circe. And if you have read the Eternals, I have one on the wall here, and then 2 is in the box, and then I have almost 2 full runs of the Eternals. So I am a fan for sure. There are basically 3 main characters, right? There is Icarus, who is basically an Eternal, who he's invulnerable to most things. I think he can shoot rays from his eyes. He cannot die. He can fly as well. And then there's Circe. And then I think the other guy is called Mercury. And these Eternals, Celestials is kind of like all based upon Greek mythology and some other kind of literature sources. But there is speculation that, again, Angelina Jolie can actually sign on to be Circe. No news yet whether there's an Icarus that's been selected. No real mention that she's actually signed on or that she signed on for a multi-year deal. But I'm curious what people are thinking. Revival saying he's excited about that. Jake Converse says, got it. He's debating on which to pick up first. He can only get one, but he loves both. I don't know. I think that's related to what I was just talking about, but I'm not quite sure. H-Town Comics says he found the complete run of Eternals plus the annual. Sweet. That is the way to do it. That's pretty much how I did it. I actually found the entire run and the annual for one price, but this was quite some time ago. So, Kachung says he hopes to see the Eternals being responsible for planting the X gene on Earth to introduce. Well said, brother, because that could be, right? Because this Eternals movie, which is supposed to be taking place in the past, in the distant past, could actually be the way that Marvel is going to introduce mutants, right? Because the Celestials came to Earth. I'm not going to give it away because I encourage you guys to go read it on Marvel Unlimited or pick the books up, right? But the Celestials came to Earth and they basically created man, they created deviants, and they created the Eternals. And I think Thanos is actually he's like a deviant mutant kind of thing, right? And that could be how we actually see the beginning of Thanos back in the day, right? And it's because he also doesn't die, can't die, has died, but has come back. But this could actually be like how the MCU is planning to introduce mutants into the MCU. Is through this Eternals movie, which is set to start production in 2020. No, expected to be released in 2020. So that could be how they are setting up the X-Men, and fingers crossed to see, you know, to see the plan unfold, right? But what's interesting about this whole Angelina Jolie thing and about Circe is that you have a lot, I think, of Avengers contracts that are ending, right? They are ending with this current phase, and Angelina Jolie could be signing on for a long-term role if she does indeed play Circe. And the reason that I say that is because Circe was an Eternal, but she was also an Avenger. She was actually an Avenger, I want to say, was it 60 issues? It might have been for 60 issues, basically from 1989 to 1994. She was actually an Avenger. And so we're going to lose a couple of Avengers. Angelina Jolie is a big name, right? She basically puts, if she does sign up, Eternals on the map for the general public, not necessarily for the average comic book person, right? But for the general public, Angelina Jolie is a big name, gets people's attention, maybe entices them to actually go see the Eternals, which sets up the X-Men movie, and then also sets up subsequent Avenger movies that could be coming out. And I don't, you know, if you look at it, I don't know how old Angelina Jolie is, but she's not exactly young. And if you look at what Marvel has been doing, they have historically signed up older actors. A lot of the actors that are in the MCU, like Avengers series, are in their 40s and even 50s. And I don't think Angelina is 50, but it kind of holds true with some of the things that they've been doing, is finding these bigger names to put in these roles. And so we could be seeing the beginning of the next phases Avengers team. And who knows whether that's actually going to happen, but it could be very interesting. It could be very interesting. Someone told me something about reshoots for the ending of Endgame. However, he has not seen it himself. That's actually Chris Gatling's making this comment. So yeah, I have not heard that. The only reshoots that I've heard about that haven't happened were the reshoots for that New Mutants movie, right? Where they were saying that they were planning to do reshoots and the reshoots never actually happened. I haven't heard them about Endgame. So who knows? It could be true. I'm not quite certain. Chris is asking whether I finished Gifted because the end of season 2 may lead the show into the movies. I have not finished season 2. I'm way behind on the Gifted. So maybe I need to catch up on that because maybe there could be some interesting some tidbits there. Revival is saying, look at Nicole Kidman. Oh my God, she still looks young in Aquaman. Yeah, well, there you go, Nicole Kidman. Is she in her 50s? She has to be like in her mid to late 40s, if not. All these old actors can do old man movies. Like, oh, Perry Comics, you are a nut. So somebody just looked it up. Uncle Skeet, my Uncle Skeet just looked it up. He says that she is 43. So in that case, she is extremely young because I am 42. So she is extremely, extremely young, but she is also in the sweet spot of what the MCU is doing. So Chris says he would love to see She-Hulk on the big screen. I don't know if she would make she might. she could make a good She-Hulk, but that she wouldn't be in the Eternals though. She wouldn't be in the Eternals, but it would be cool to see She-Hulk. I could get on board with that. So I don't know. We'll see about this. One of the things that as I saw this news drop, one of the things Clay is saying She-Hulk TV show would be better. Law and Order with muscles, brother. Law and Order is entering its what 21st season, the longest drama on TV. I think I'm a huge fan of Law and Order. Every single one of them, huge fan of Law and Order. Actually, been watching the marathon all day today. But one of the things that I was thinking about as I was looking at this news about Angelina Jolie, I started to wonder if there is going to be some backlash. Wondering if there's going to be some controversies around her if she does indeed come on board. And the reason that I say that is I'm not trying to stir up stuff, right? But if you look at what happened with like Brie Larson, right? She had some things that she said that she probably shouldn't have said. Some things she said that she apologized for. People didn't necessarily hear the apologies, neither here nor there. But Brie Larson is not shy, right? Angelina Jolie is also not exactly shy, maybe a little bit more humble and maybe a little more skilled. But Angelina Jolie also has a lot of political positions and opinions about things. And I think she probably has more tact because she's been doing this a whole lot longer. And she is a little older, right, at 43. But it's going to be interesting to see whether there's any outcry from people based upon maybe some things that Angelina Jolie has said in the past, maybe some things that she'll say in the future, maybe some things that she said all along that people will suddenly start to pay attention to that will get under people's skin. So it's going to be interesting to see how all of this stuff lands. But Angelina Jolie has her hands in a lot of stuff. And so it's going to be interesting to see how all of this plays out over time. I personally think she's an incredible actor. I think she's a gorgeous woman. And if she is joining the MCU, I'm like, let's do it, right? Because if she is signing on for Marvel movies, that gives me a lot of comfort because my assumption is that she doesn't want to be part of garbage. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm excited about it. H-Town Comics says Angelina Jolie still looks good. Yes, she does, brother, because I actually looked at some photos earlier today as I was getting ready for this. So Captain Crunch, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you. NC Slapjack says Captain Marvel is nearing the $1 billion mark. You, sir, are correct about that. In fact, we may actually see it exceed already, right? Once the numbers are counted on Monday. Perry Comics says she's also got that hot as yes factor that trumps everything negative. Yes, she does, brother. Yes, she does have that hot factor indeed. There's no doubt about that. She is an attractive woman. There's no doubt. So let me move on before this gets creepy. Sully Two Kings, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you, my man. He says, I like her as an actress, as do I. So keeping it super professional. Hialeah Bros, how you doing, man? It's good to see you, brother. Welcome to the live stream. Uncle Skeet, who told us that she was 43, is saying he thinks that Angelina Jolie would be a good pick. Johnny Future says he still wants to see Black Widow movie with Scarlett Johansson. So yeah, I think Johnny Future that right now what they are saying, or I should say what I was able to find, is that the Eternals movie is slated to start production following Black Widow. And so it sounds like the Black Widow movie is still a go. There was one other movie, and I can't remember what it was, but it was like all the rage for a while, and all of a sudden you didn't hear anything about it. And I can't remember which one it was, but it was one that people were like super excited about, and then all of a sudden there was like nothing. And I think I've heard recently that the director quit, and I think even some of the writers have like dropped from the project. So it'll be interesting to kind of see how a lot of this stuff plays out. But I think again that it's a really good sign. Chris Barrett says, Cap, I may kick her out if she doesn't share. Roger B, that is an awesome comment, brother. Marvel Joe is asking me the question if I've had any good pickups at WonderCon. Stay tuned. Stay tuned, brother. That's all I'm going to say to you. In fact, let's just go ahead and move on. We've talked about this new stuff. Again, I am excited about Angelina. If she does indeed sign on as Circe, I think it would be cool. If she's signing on for the long term, even better. If she's signing on for a different role and it's just one movie that she's signing up for, I'm cool with that too. But as a reminder, for those that haven't really done anything with Eternals, I'm not telling you to go out and buy it. I'm telling you, if you want to see some Kirby goodness, right? If you want to see Kirby basically write, draw, and plot, right? The Eternals is a good read. The writing starts off rough. I'm going to be honest with you. Issue 1, issue 2, a little rough. As we go through the issues, you start to get a feel for how Kirby is writing. I think he starts to get a little bit better with his writing. And in the end, as you look at it in totality, it is actually a good read. Now, the prices, I do believe, for Eternals have gone up tremendously since they announced that the movie was coming out. So I'm not necessarily saying you should go out and buy it. I am saying if you are a fan of Kirby, if you are excited about seeing this come to the big screen, it would not hurt for you to at least read it. Marvel Unlimited, Comixology, whatever route you decide to go, find readers' copies. I don't think that it's a bad way to go. And so to that point, if people are interested in actually getting this book, Circe's first appearance is actually Eternals #3. So I just wanted to make mention of that. And again, I actually have 2 full runs of it. So I've already put my money where my mouth is because I definitely dig it. Juanito says, just a hint of the haul from WonderCon. A hint. Okay, here we go. Here's your hint right there. That is the hint that I am going to give you about my time at WonderCon. For the rest, you are going to have to tune in. The video is coming out on Monday at 3:30. I went to WonderCon. I had a blast. I met a legend. I had a whole lot of fun. Took a nap, ate some good food, picked up some awesome books. And I spent most of Friday night up until about midnight editing. I was editing video that I shot while at WonderCon. And then jumped on a plane I was up at 4 o'clock to jump on a plane to come back home because today is actually my wife's birthday. So I needed to get back to be with the family. And we did family stuff all day yesterday. And then it was more like wife stuff today. So tune in Monday, 3:30. The WonderCon video drops. And I think it's fun. I think it's a fun video. If you've been watching the hunting videos that I've been doing, you may want to watch this one because I think it's going to be fun. Jeff Kahn 813 says, work on a new vid and watch Reggie Simmons at the same. There you go, brother. There you go. All right. I'm not telling you which legend. I'm not telling you. You have to tune in 3:30 Monday. You have to. I wish it were. I'm not going to repeat it, Vinny. I wish it were, brother. I might have been napping when he was out. I got sleepy. I needed to take a nap. All right, so let's move on because I do want to do these drawings. We're actually going to do 2 drawings tonight, and I'll tell you more about that. And then we're going to do a double size, oversized, king size giveaway this week. So stay tuned. So RJ Taylor, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you. We just had a conversation a few moments ago over text, and I actually interrupted the text as he was going back and forth. I had to get the kids' teeth brushed, and my daughter had an accident that I had to fix right before going live, so I had to cut him off. But RJ, thank you, brother. I definitely appreciate those super chats. All right, so videos coming up this week. I'm actually going to do only 1 live stream this week. I'm only going to do 1 live stream because I am playing catch up from the weekend, and it is going to take place on Wednesday. I do believe at 6 o'clock. Again, if you haven't subscribe, turn on notifications. Wednesday at 6 p.m., I am going to sit down with Nerdy Girl, aka Danielle, and she was supposed to be on the show last week, but I had to push her to this week because my guest last week had to cancel on me the week before, so everything's getting bumped back. But Danielle, aka Nerdy Girl, is coming back, and if you know anything about Danielle, she deals in high-end books. Okay, she deals in high-end books. She deals in really nice books. This time, we're actually going to take a look at some pre-code horror. We're going to look at what I think is some rare pre-code horror books. We are going to look at some original art because I think she has a new original art piece that she picked up that she's very excited about. And then we may even talk about video game collecting because she's been hot and heavy about collecting video games and collections as of late. So it's going to be, I think, a jam-packed kind of thing. Most of the time will probably be spent on the pre-code horror. We'll touch a little bit on the original art, and then to a lesser extent, we'll talk about the video games. But we're definitely going to have her on the show. And again, Wednesday at 6 o'clock, Nerdy Girl is going to be on. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I actually reached out to Nerdy Girl when I got back from WonderCon. I said, Nerdy Girl, what? I called her Danielle. I said, I saw 2 books that will probably make you jealous. You know, she sent me a message. She was like, so how was WonderCon? Did you pick up anything? Did you see anything good? And I was like, yes, I saw something that will probably make you jealous. If you watch the video on Monday at 3:30, you will see 2 books that will probably make Nerdy Girl jealous. Let's just say that. And you know her collection. So if I'm saying it, I'm telling you. So WonderCon wrap up is dropping on Monday. I'm dropping possibly a couple of hunting videos. And then my buddy Chaotic Kindness actually reached out to me last week, and he asked me a question that prompted me to create a video. And I haven't finished editing the video yet, but I am. And the purpose of this video is to basically say, you know, everybody wants 9.8 white pages, right? Everybody wants that. But when you start to look at older books, when you start to look at Silver Age and even some Bronze Age books, and even Golden Age, right, to a greater extent, you may have to make concessions on what you want in a book, right? If you could get a 9.8 white pages Amazing Fantasy 15, you would. But for most people, that's not realistic, right? To be able to buy that kind of book. And so the question becomes, how do you decide what criteria you want in a book? That's the purpose of this video that Chaotic Kindness has actually asked me to create. That's the video that I created based on a conversation that he and I were having. So if you're interested in that, definitely stay tuned this week because I think that that's going to be a cool video. I'm still in the middle of editing that one. I filmed it last week, but I'm still in the middle of editing it. But I think it's going to be a cool video when it's all said and done. So hopefully you guys can check that out. Can't get enough says he can't get enough of those 9.8s. Brother, can I borrow a buck? Okay, can I borrow $1 so I can get some points? Matt, how you doing, brother? The almighty Liger King says, are you going to purchase an AF-15 from Nerdy Girl? If so, you need a live stream of that purchase. Do it. So when I tell you Nerdy Girl and I have had more than one conversation about AF-15, let's just say that. We have had more than one conversation about that book. But I've also had similar conversations with other dealers. I've, over the last year or so, been able to befriend a lot of dealers. And so I hope to have choices. If I can buy it from Nerdy Girl, I absolutely will because I think she's an awesome person. She's been an awesome guest. And I would love to be able to buy the book from her. It's all going to come down to her available inventory, the FMV, and my cash on hand. that's what it's going to come down to. Matt 24 D1 says he got his X-Men 1 raw or graded, my friend. Either way, congratulations, brother, because that is, I don't use this term often, but that is a big boy book, right? That is definitely a big boy book, you know? So 9.8 is nothing in a modern comic, but almost non-existent in gold. Yeah, Shannon, yeah, definitely painted an extreme picture there. I completely agree, yes. Actually, Shannon, make sure you watch my video on Monday at 3:30 that is dropping because I'm going to test. I think you're right. It's not a 9.8, but I'm going to test the limits of what we believe to be possible on Monday. Trust me when I tell you. Chris says, so am I going to get stuff at wholesale prices? Brother, I don't think anybody deals in wholesale prices, but I'm definitely going to try. Matt, so Matt got a graded X-Men 1 3.0. Congratulations, brother. That is an awesome book, I have to tell you. That is an awesome book, regardless of the grade. Chris says he got his FF52. Thank you. Congratulations, brother. These are all awesome books, man. Marcel is asking, can I do a video showing your entire up-to-date ASM collection? You know, people have been asking me for that. And it's tough. It is tough because there's a lot of books, man, that I've been taking down, and it almost changes daily, right? It literally almost changes daily. There's a dealer that I'm dealing with right now. He sent me an email earlier today, and he's like, I have 100 through 200 ASM. So with one stop, I'm not going to buy all 100 because I don't need them. But my point is that this list of what I need and what I have almost changes daily. You know, so what I'm thinking about doing is right now I'm really focused on 1 through 261. My thought is once I get like a healthy number of these taken care of, once I knock out the 100s and the 200s, maybe I'll do a video then. It'll be a really long, painful video. But a couple of people have asked for it, so maybe I'll go ahead and knock it out. So Party Time Comics says he got his first Stan Lee SIG with COA and Venom Lethal Protector signed by Sam De La Rosa. Congratulations, brother. Tina asked, did I get a gold? No, Tina, I did not get a Golden Age book. No, I'm not doing that. I will not buy Golden Age books right now. Can't get enough asks, would I rather have a 9.9 or a 0.5 Stan Lee? I would rather have a 9.9 any day. 9.9 any day. And I'm guessing you're talking about a 9.9 of AF15. Generally speaking, like I struggle, and I did a video on this. I actually struggle with the value of signed books. I struggle with that because I have a couple of Stan Lee signatures. And what was great for me about the Stan Lee signature, the first one that I bought was because I didn't think that I was going to meet him. And that's why I bought the book. The second one was I actually got a chance to meet him. I don't know if there'll be a third. I don't know if there'll be a third Stan Lee signature that I actually buy and will potentially pay a premium for. Because for me, it was about the experience of meeting Stan Lee. For other contemporary artists who are still signing books, like Jim Lee, who I absolutely want to meet, I don't know that I would pay a premium for his signature because he's still alive and he's still signing books. And people will adjust the prices well above the current FMV for that same book unsigned. And I don't believe in paying a premium for a book just because it's signed. And again, this was a question directed to me about my personal collection. Again, not necessarily what you should do, right? So let me go ahead because I can do this part of the thing all the time. And I know people are waiting to see the drawing. So we're going to get to that. One thing that I do want to do is I want to give a huge shout out to Vika, aka Closet Geek. So my buddy Vika, aka Closet Geek, has been reaching out to me consistently week after week after week, asking about Trivia Night. And he is a fan of the channel. He has done some wonderful things for this channel, and I am very appreciative for him for having done those things. But he wants to see me do Trivia Night on a regular basis. And so Closet Geek has agreed to basically fund Trivia Night moving forward. So we are going to bring Trivia Night back. We are probably going to do it once per month moving forward. I am going to be figuring out over the next couple of days when that next Trivia Night will take place. But I want to thank all of you that have supported this channel. And especially today, I want to thank Closet Geek for being consistent in his desire to see something happen and to put some money behind it. You know, this community and my subscribers specifically are very generous, you know, and he is doing something awesome. So we are actually going to be bringing Trivia Night back. I'm hopefully going to be hunting for some books this week for a Trivia Night, and that will help guide my thinking as to when we'll actually do it. But brother, if you are watching this right now, I'm not even sure if you're in the room, but if you're watching it back on playback, I want to thank you for doing what you've done for this channel and also for the community that touches this channel. So I definitely appreciate that. All right. So stay tuned for a Trivia Night. It's coming up sometime soon. So let's go ahead and let's get to this drawing. Today's drawing, I think there were 350 people that actually entered the giveaway for this fantastic book right here, Detective Comics 880 Signature Series, signed by Jacques and also by Scott Snyder. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous book. Both signatures are down here. I really dig this book. When I saw it on the eBay machine, I was like, I have to have that book and give it away because I think it's really cool. So we are going to be giving this thing away. And just as a reminder, to enter the giveaway, you have to watch the video that comes out sometime between Monday and Friday. You have to follow the directions in the video. The video tells you exactly what to do, you know, in terms of like how to enter. The contest always concludes on Sunday morning, typically around 7 or 7:30. Always wraps up at the same time. I put the list up shortly thereafter, and then we do the drawing always at 7:30 p.m. thereabouts, right? So it wraps up 7:30 a.m. on Sunday. Drawing is done 7:30 p.m. So just kind of keep that in mind. But I think there were 350 people to Kingpin's comments that wanted to be part of this book. And I remember asking, I was like, who is a Batman fan? And everybody's like, me. And I think 350 people later, it proved that there were a lot of Batman fans out there. So we are going to go ahead and give away this gorgeous book to hopefully one lucky subscriber of the channel who was able to actually find the video and to let it be known that they actually wanted this book. So why is that in reverse? Oh, there we go. It was actually in reverse. Did you guys see that? So we are going to go ahead and roll the dice, and we're going to see how many times we're going to randomize this list. And that is a big number. So we're going to do it 9 times. All right. So we're going to randomize this list 9 times. And I want to show you guys the list of names. And again, there are 350 people here. Stay tuned because we're also going to do another back-to-back drawing. There are 2 giveaways that we're doing this week. So here is the list of all of those individuals that put their name in the drawing for this Detective Comics 880 giveaway. This is a virgin foil that is double signed by the creators. A really, really nice book. But these are all of the names. And hopefully you guys actually had a chance to look at this earlier today. I think I closed the contest out around 7:30 or so. And then I think I finally put the list up maybe around 10:30. I was a little delayed this morning because I had to get the wife's car washed because it was her birthday. But these are all the names of the people that have entered the contest. And there was one person that reached out to me that said their name was incorrectly spelled. I think I went ahead and corrected that. So hopefully you saw that reflected. But we're going to go ahead and randomize this thing. And then we are going to shift it, shuffle it, whatever, 9 times. Oh, nope, only 300. Sorry about that. I miscounted then. So that's 1. That's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. And the winner of this Detective Comics 880 is number Pede Patrick. Pede Patrick, you are the winner of this week's giveaway sponsored by GoCollect. All I need you to do is to send me an email to regiecollects@gmail.com. I need to know your screen name, your government name, your mailing address, and then also your shirt size. Keep in mind that I'm going to be sending you 3 things. I'm going to be sending you the slab that you won. I'm going to be sending you a GoCollect t-shirt. So I need to know whether you are a large or an extra large. And then I'm also going to be sending you an exclusive GoCollect variant. That is I can't even remember the name of the book, but it will be, it's a nice copy of this book that is all going to be sent out to you. If you get this email over to me at regiecollects@gmail.com, I can probably get this out to you by tomorrow. So there we go. A really, really nice book that is going to be given away, or I should say has been already given away to Pede Patrick. So brother, reach out to me so that I can get this book sent out to you. And again, we do these drawings every single week, so certainly don't lose hope. Yes, as a couple of people pointed out, the number of participants actually goes up every week, but I think that's a testament. I think that's a testament to people's desire to actually participate in the channel. But just rest assured that as you know, we more people join, we'll try to find more ways to give more stuff away, right? So that's part of the reason why we're bringing trivia night back, because I think as part of trivia night, we typically give away somewhere between 8 to 10 prizes, and each prize includes 2 books. So hopefully, you know, you guys can participate in trivia night and also be a winner. But to that point, we are actually going to do another giveaway. So for those of you that watched my live stream last week that I actually did with Brent from IG Comic Store, during that live stream, he actually made mention that he wanted to give away a facsimile copy of Hulk 181. So if you watch the video all the way through, we did the announcement at the very end. It was a surprise to me, so that's why I was at the very end and wasn't quite teed up. But there were some people that watched the video all the way to the end, heard the announcement, and so what we are going to do is to do a drawing for the facsimile copy of Hulk 181. And I'm also, at the end of this drawing, I'm actually going to show you guys the giveaway that is going to be this week's giveaway, so stay tuned for that. But let's go ahead and pull up the randomizer again, and I'm actually going to show you guys. Actually, let me refresh this one screen here, so we roll the dice one more time. Roll the dice one more time, and then we will also show you guys the list of people that actually entered that particular giveaway, because that was a separate contest. So we're going to roll the dice here, and we got 9 again. All right, so here are the names of the individuals that entered that giveaway. And again, you can see that this is a much, much smaller list of individuals that actually watched that video all the way through. And again, this one was also closed out this morning at around 7:30. And this list was also posted up. So we have to randomize this one 9 times as well. So we're going to get the list set up, and then we are going to shuffle this thing 9 times and announce the winner of that facsimile copy of Hulk 181. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the winner of this giveaway is Musher Harrison. Musher, I guess that's how you say it. Musher? I'm not sure. Harrison, you are the winner of the facsimile copy of the Hulk 181. If you have not already given me your mailing address, please follow up the previous email that you sent me with your actual mailing address. And I'm not sure if that's your real name, but if it is, no problem. If it's not, just give me your real name so I can put that on the package, and I can get that sent out to you as well. Actually, I won't be able to send it out to you. I'm actually going to have Brent over at IG Comic Store actually send that one out to you. So I will, as soon as I get your information, I will send it over to him so that he can send that facsimile copy of Hulk 181 out to you. All right, so there you go. That is the 2 giveaways that I told you guys about earlier today: the Detective Comics 880 Signature Series, and then the facsimile copy of Hulk 181. So congratulations to both the winners. So what do we have coming up this week in terms of giveaways? So what I decided to do, we have, this is our 7th show. And up until this point, we've basically given away 1 slab every time. Given away 1, I think, pretty decent slab every single time. But this time I wanted to give away 2. So 1 winner, 2 slabs. 1 winner, 2 slabs. And that winner also gets the GoCollect variant and also the GoCollect t-shirt as well. So we're giving away two of them this time. What is this? I'm still waiting on my copy because Midtown is behind schedule. I'm guessing he's talking about his, there you are, he's here. Congratulations, brother. Congratulations on that. Make sure you send me that email so that I can get that over to Brent at IG Comic Store, and hopefully he can get that out to you soon. And if you guys haven't checked out IG Comic Store, you definitely want to do that. These guys have some solid bulletproof shipping, and they are known for sending out really, really high grade books. Like, they are meticulous, I think, in their selection of books that actually get mailed to customers. So your book, my guess, is going to be really, really high grade. So to that point of high grade, here are the 2 books that are actually going to be given away this week. The first one is a Black Panther 170. This is a Young Guns 2018 variant. This is a a Chichetto variant cover, 9.8 white pages, 9.8, just a really, really nice book right here. And it has a very clean white back. Again, this is the Young Guns Black Panther variant. This is Black Panther issue number 170, a really nice book, Wakanda Forever indeed. And then the next book that I'm actually giving away is, and again, these are both sponsored by GoCollect. This next one is Punisher #1 from 1987. This is a 9.2. This is a 9.2 white pages Punisher. So these two books will be given away this week together to one person. One winner will get 2 books plus a variant from GoCollect and a GoCollect t-shirt. Now, how do you enter? How do you enter this thing? You have to watch the videos that come out this week. Identify the video that has the directions on how to actually win these books. Follow the directions in the video. And it could be as simple as make a comment that says Wakanda Forever, or make a comment that says long live the bat. Whatever the directions are in the video, do that thing and you will be entered into the drawing. The criteria: be a subscriber of the channel, be a resident of the United States, be a Canadian resident, or having mailing address in the United States. So if you're in another part of the world, if I have an address in the US that I can send this book to you, I will send it there. And whoever is at that address can get the book to you, because I know sometimes people have relatives in the States. So those are the only criteria. Find the video, follow the directions, be a subscriber, be a resident of the US or Canada, or have a mailing address in the US. That is it. The drawing basically runs from the moment you see that video, and it's going to come out sometime between Monday and Friday. And then the contest will wrap up at 7:30 or so a.m. on Sunday. And the drawing will be at 7:30 p.m. on Sunday. So there you have it. It is all relatively straightforward. And again, we have some really cool videos that are going to be coming out this week. I'm definitely excited about these videos, because I think that there's some cool videos starting off on Monday with the video that is the wrap up of WonderCon. And again, here is the stack of books that I picked up at WonderCon. It is quite impressive, I think. So you definitely wanted to stay tuned for that. Roman says he actually missed out on last week's giveaway. Last week's giveaway, brother, was a beast. I'm telling you, this is a really nice book. Felix says Regie rules. Brother, thank you for spelling my name correctly. You rule. Let's just say. Bayou Boy Entertainment says, and have a government name. That, you know what? You don't even have to have a government name, right? But a government name is always helpful for the U.S. Postal Service to actually find. I have some people that they don't send me their government name. They just want to go by, you know, their screen name or YouTube name or whatever. And I'm like, hey, whatever. I'll get you the books. I'll get you the book. I'll address the book or the giveaway to you in any way you want, and we'll see how it works out. So hopefully you guys will participate. Definitely some cool things. Chris says he's using his vigilante. Oh, so Rush, was that you that made that joke? Somebody made a really funny joke. And I think, I can't remember if they posted it up or if they emailed it to me. I can't remember, but somebody said I should change the name of this show from Ready, Set, Go to Regie, Set, Go. That way, I think it would help people to know that my name is Regie, R-E-G-I-E. I thought that was really clever. I really thought maybe if I had like a team of people that helped me with this show, we could have been smarter and more clever and actually come up with something awesome instead of Ready, Set, Go. But I actually, maybe it was Rush. I think it's actually really clever. Roman says, thanks for messaging me back. I missed that Jim signing because I stayed late with Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. Yeah, I mean, it happens, brother. I mean, you went there technically to meet those two, right? And to get your book signed by those two individuals. And I think your message to me said that you did get them signed. So congratulations on that. Can't Get Enough says he goes by I Am Groot. Bro, do you know how many times I stared at your name before I was able to break it down and figure out what that actually meant? Because I kept staring at it. I'm like, what is this word? And Can't Get Enough finally came through. Reggie, I'll tell you, the name doesn't matter as long as the address is right. They will say, hey, there you go. There you go. So there we go. You can give me your government name, your vigilante name, your street name, your gang name, whatever name you want. I Am Groot. I will put that on the label and get that out to you. You guys are awesome. No, it is not 2 G's, 1 G. Technically, it is Reginald. Reginald is my name, and Reginald has 1 G. And I oftentimes say that Regie with 2 G's is my father, and I am Regie with 1 G. But yeah, the Regie Set Go, I think is fun though. No, because your YouTube name is Regie and people still, yeah, that is true. It is true. And if you notice in the videos, a lot of times what I do is actually put the slider with my name. I had it slide on, and I do it multiple times because I'm trying to help people to get accustomed to seeing the 1 G. It is what it is. It is not the first time. It is not going to be the last time, and it honestly does not offend me. And I know I'm having fun with it, and hopefully people recognize that. It does not hurt my feelings. So Die Comics is saying, Regie, are you coming to MegaCon in Orlando, Florida? I don't know. You know, what I will tell you is I enjoyed WonderCon. I did not expect to have fun at WonderCon, and I did. I had a lot of fun. And that experience makes me want to go to more cons. But what happened at WonderCon may have been a one-off thing, right? In terms of my ability to access the convention, and then just the overall experience of it. I'm hoping that it's not a one-time thing, but if I receive an invitation to that con, then I may just show up. Let's put it that way. If I do get an invite, I may actually show up to MegaCon. When is it, by the way? Because I have no clue. Thankfully, my wife is actually a flight attendant, so I tend to fly places for free, which is nice. So Ian Daily says, we love you, Regie, with 3 G's. 3 G's is actually acceptable. 2 G's is not. 3 G's, I'm okay with. Brick Hunter says 1 G. Brick Hunter, watch the video on Monday, okay? Because what you just said is really funny. Watch the video on Monday. That's what I'm going to say. Can't Get Enough says he just blames autocorrect. It could be. I am probably going to be at BerkeleyCon. I don't know when BerkeleyCon is, but I tend to pop by BerkeleyCon because I know a couple of the dealers, and one of the dealers there sent me a message today saying that he has Amazing Spider-Man 1 through 200 on hand, and his post was, Regie, should we bring these to WonderCon? My response was absolutely, because I need those books. So now I feel like I have to show up. So MegaCon is May 16th through 19th. Yeah, again, if I get an invite down there, I may show up. Knowing me, I may only do 1 day because that's like my attention span is like a 1 day. Red carpet for Regie at WonderCon. Not quite, but I did get some special access, which was really cool. And again, stay tuned. I don't want to preempt myself, but stay tuned to the video that is dropping on Monday, because I'm going to give you guys some awesome insight into like how my experience was there. Con Air. That was a good movie. I dig Nicolas Cage and Con Air. I'm going to just put that out there. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for spending a little bit of your Sunday with me. I absolutely appreciate it. I love these live shows. Thank you to, I think it was Perry Comics who gave me a super chat, and RJ. I want to thank both of those guys for the super chat. If you are interested in becoming a comic book soldier, check out the links in the description of the video. I'm doing something a little new. And part of the reason for that is when people give me super chats, when people give super chats on YouTube, period, Google takes 30% of that super chat. That's a lot. That is a lot. So I'm trying to do something a little bit different. So again, if you check the links in the description, and if you're interested in becoming a comic book soldier, that some of the details are in the description of the video. But I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. I love these live chats. I definitely enjoy hanging out with you guys. Stay tuned because we have some awesome videos that are dropping this week. And then we will go live again on Wednesday with Nerdy Girl, and we're going to be looking at some pre-code horror books. And then we'll be back here Sunday for another of these live streams. Regie Set Go will be coming at you at 7:30, and we'll be giving away some additional books next week. If you guys need to reach me, feel free to do so at Regie Collects on Instagram and RegieCollects@gmail.com. Take care.